T20 cricket as a whole is a game that is in many ways skewed highly in favor of the batsman. That's always been the intent of the game, is to actually draw in crowds with entertaining slam bang cricket, which often means batsmen depositing hapless bowlers to all parts of the ground, preferably for very big sixes. But the advent of the IPL has in many ways pushed the level of batting that we've seen to some very different levels. In fact, never has that probably been more evident than in the 2023 season, because we did a little bit of number digging, let's say, and checked in with a few stats. And this year, the level of runs and the way in which, the intent with which the runs have been scored has been something next level. Because as you're going to see in this particular video, not only have there been, of course, more, let's say, 50s, 100s, the striking rate has been higher, the intent has been much higher. So without further ado, let's just dig deep into the stats and see how it is that the IPL 2023 has taken the art form, let's say, of T20 batting to the very next level. First off, if you look at the most number of 200 plus totals that have been scored in the IPL, the 2023 season stands at comfortably the highest, because this year you've seen 37 totals in excess of 200. To put that in context, the next highest is the 2022 season, which saw 18. That means 2023 has seen the number of 200 plus scores more than double. And the next highest after that was the 2018 season, which had 15. So really, the number or the rise which you're seeing is pretty massive when it comes to the number of 200 plus totals. But it's not just there. Look at the number of successful chases that you've seen of 200 plus scores per season, and the 2023 season is once again an outlier. You've seen a total of 8 successful chases in excess of 200. To put that in context, 2014 was the next most successful season, and that had only 3, which means once again you've more than doubled the number. And indeed, 2023 was the season where you saw a lot of 200 plus scores just being chased down with ease, proving that you don't really need to, even if you get to a target of 200, it might not be enough, because again, the next highest is just 2, and that was joint in the 2018 season, 2022 season, and of course the 2010 season as well. So again, not only have we seen more 200 plus scores being made, you're also seeing more of them chased. But that's not the only way you're seeing the aggression in the batting, because again, if you look at the run rates on average per season, 2023 tops the charts yet again. This year, they have been scoring at a run rate of 8.99, which is nearly 9 runs and over on average per, let's say, innings in the IPL. Again, and that's a sharp rise if you're looking at the next highest, which was the 2018 season. It's from 8.65, it's gone up to nearly 9. And that too, mind you, 2022 was in 8.5. So 2023 has seen a significant jump in just one particular year, because last year was at 8.5. This year it's at 9, which means that if you're scoring at 8.5, you're expected to score 170 runs. This time around, on average, you're scoring 180 as a bare minimum. Even if you're looking at the number of centuries scored this year has been a crazy year for centuries, because again, number of centuries scored in the 2023 season is 12. And again, that is a 50% increase of the 2022 season, which saw the next most number of runs scored, and that was 8. Of course, 2016 was another year where you saw a few runs scored, but that was 7. So 7 to 8 is not that much of a rise, but from 8 to 12 means that's a 50% increase in the number of centuries scored. And that is again proof that more often than not, batsmen are comfortable going for that 100-run figure. It's not as intimidating or uncommon as it used to be when T20 cricket first started. In fact, if you take the let's say, scoring levels down a notch, never mind tons, look at the number of 50 plus scores. 2023 once again tops the charts, and by a significant margin, because this year has seen 153 50 plus scores registered by all batsmen, and that's a jump from 2022, which saw 118. So really, that's more than 30-40 plus more number of 50 plus scores. And again, if you look at the next lowest, 117 to 118, not a lot, and the 117 was of course put in the 2016 season, but from 118 to 153 is more than 30. This 35, if you're being precise, more 50 plus scores registered this year. So whilst a lot of us were talking about certain stadiums, let's say for instance Jaipur initially was slow, Lucknow was always slow, Delhi didn't have the quickest of outfields or even pitches, but you're seeing more number of 50 plus scores despite the fact that you've had some slow pitches in this season. And if you're looking even at the highest average first innings score, again, this is just first innings, so the team batting first, how much have they scored on average? 2023, you've seen a significant jump from the next highest, because before this you had 172, which is the highest first innings average score in 2018, and 2022 saw 171 as the benchmark. This time around, you've jumped all the way to 183 for the 2023 season. So again, it's a pretty steep jump, especially when you take into fact that this is the average, so there will be some which are lower. So the lows might be a little low, but the highs are next level high when it comes to first innings batting. So really, you're seeing some next level batting when it comes to aggression and the number of runs being scored. Of course, that does raise a rather awkward question as to whether or not you're seeing a game that is rather unfair on bowlers, because really there's certain pitches and pitches like say the Wankhede Stadium or the M. Chinnaswamy or even the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad come to mind when you're talking about pitches that really offer little to nothing for the bowlers. Is that really fair? That's a debate for another time. But what we do know is that batting friendly pitches have been a staple of white ball cricket for quite a while now. And what you're seeing is batsmen being aware of that and unafraid to exploit those conditions to the absolute maximum, which is why scoring rates, run rates, the number of runs scored, number of 50 plus scores, number of hundreds, every single thing has just risen significantly. What do you guys think? Is this good for T20 cricket? Is this what the format should aim to be? Or do we need to get in a little bit of parity? Are we going to see these numbers rise up even higher come the end of the 2024 season? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and don't forget to download the AajTak app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. For now, from my side, goodbye.